and welcome to the series I like to call Rachel Answers the Web's Most Searched Questions, and today's topic is contraception. So if you want to hear me talk about contraception, then stay tuned. Alrighty, first question. Contraception options. Alright, let's talk about contraception options. There are 5 categories of contraception. So they are barrier, hormonal, intrauterine, sterilization, and behavioral. Alright, so let's start with barrier. Barrier is a contraceptive that works as a literal physical barrier and it stops sperm from making its way into the female reproductive tract. The most commonly used barrier contraceptive is the male condom. It's a latex covering that's placed over the penis and it acts as a physical barrier that stops sperm from being able to make its way into the female reproductive tract. Believe it or not, there actually is a female condom as well. It consists of 2 rings and one gets inserted into the vagina and it sits about at the cervix and one actually hangs on the external genitalia. Another barrier method is spermicides. So they actually disrupt the sperm protective coat. So think of it as kind of like a skin. And once this is disrupted, it kills it. It cannot continue to try and get to an egg. Alright, now that we've done barriers, let's move on to hormonal. Hormonal methods are among the most effective contraceptive methods and it works by disrupting the body's normal hormonal rhythm. Alright, so the combined pill, or colloquially known as the pill, they act by stopping the release of the egg from the ovary and they also help in kind of initiating this extra mucus that acts as a blockade to sperm, so therefore blockade can't get through to the egg. Another well-known hormonal contraceptive is the implant, or also known as the rod. This one works by releasing small amounts of hormones that work very similar to the pill. They prevent the release of that egg and they also make that mucus blockade. Alrighty, now that we're done with the hormonal, let's move on to the intrauterine. So intrauterine is a device, it's also known as an IUD. It's a T-shaped device that is inserted into the female's uterus to prevent pregnancy. There are 2 types, the copper and the progesterone IUD. Alright, next we have sterilization. Commonly for males is a vasectomy, and for females it would be tubal ligation. So a vasectomy is a proven and very reliable form of contraception, and as of May 2020, the success rate is 99.7%. Vasectomy works because the tube that carries sperm from the testes to the penis for ejaculation actually is cut. So therefore, if the sperm can't get onto the highway, it can't cause pregnancy. Tubal ligation is the closing of the fallopian tube surgically. So the ovaries are connected to the uterus by the fallopian tube. The fallopian tube is normally where fertilization occurs. That's where the sperm and the egg meet originally. So if we cut that tube, then the sperm can't actually make its way to the egg. Alright, last up is behavioral. These include sexual abstinence, where one refrains from having sex, fertility awareness, where you track the cycle and on the days where you will most likely be the most fertile, you refrain from having sex. And lastly is the withdrawal method, where sex is stopped before ejaculation. Alright, next question is contraception meaning. The meaning of contraception literally is against conception. So contraceptives work by preventing the meeting of the sperm and the egg. Alright, next set of questions. Is a vasectomy reversible? Yes, they are. It is a procedure called a vasectomy reversal. This surgery is highly effective, minimally invasive, and cost efficient. Studies show that the surgery restores fertility in 90% of men, depending on how long it's been since they've had that first vasectomy. Alright, next question. Do condoms prevent STDs? Condoms are effective in preventing the spread of STDs. Is it a barrier for fungi, bacteria, and viruses? Alright, next question. Do condoms prevent pregnancy? If the male condom is used perfectly, it has a 98% success rate of preventing pregnancy. However, this isn't always the case, so it sits more about an 85% success rate. Alright, last question. How does an IUD work? How does an IUD work? There are 2 types of IUDs, a copper and a progesterone IUD. The copper works because the copper actually is toxic to sperm and it kills the sperm rather than acting on anything to do with the female. The progesterone IUD releases a hormone called progestin. This causes a blockade for the sperm by the production of mucus, but it also changes the lining of the uterine wall, which makes it very difficult for the egg to implant into the wall, which is vital for embryo survival. Alrighty, there you have it, the answers to the World Wide Web's hottest questions about contraception. I hope you found this video really insightful, helpful, and fun, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!